why your softness is your most dangerous weapon. Welcome to the Soft Girl Era podcast, where we unlearn survival, rediscover softness, and reclaim the joy, rest, and freedom we deserve without guilt, without apology, and without explanation. I'm your host, LeAnne Dolce, pronounced Dolce, like sweet softness whispered in French. And I am your guide from burnout to boundaries, from doing to being, from strong to soft, and loving every second of it. Today, I want to share something with you that came from a conversation that shook me to my core. I sat down with Thene Thompson, a Black woman who is not just surviving in cybersecurity and entrepreneurship, she is rewriting the entire playbook. Thene is making the world better by proving that Black women don't have to choose between healing and building empires. She is showing us that our softness, the very thing the world told us was weakness, is actually our most dangerous weapon. And what she shared with me, it's going to change how you see your own journey forever. Let me tell you something that stopped me dead in my tracks. Thene said, healing is not the opposite of ambition. It's a competitive advantage. Now, I need you to really sit with that for a moment. We've been taught, especially as Black women, that to make it in spaces like tech, cybersecurity, corporate America, or entrepreneurship, we have to push through everything, push through the pain, push through the exhaustion, push through the trauma, push through the depression, push through the illness. We've been told that slowing down means falling behind. That rest is for people who don't have bills to pay or dreams to chase. That if we stop, even for a second, we'll lose everything we've worked for. But what if that's a lie? What if the reason we keep hitting walls, the reason we keep burning out, the reason we keep feeling like we're running on empty is because we never gave ourselves permission to stop and heal? What if healing isn't a detour from your goals? What if it's the strategy that keeps you in the game long enough to actually win? Think about it. How many times have you pushed yourself to the edge? How many times have you ignored your body's signals? How many times have you said, I'll rest when I make it, only to realize that making it keeps moving further and further away because you're being too exhausted to see straight? Then told me that healing, real healing, the kind that involves therapy, rest, community, medical care, spiritual care, and honoring your body's limits is not time off from your goals. It is how you protect your brain, your body, and your creativity so you can stay in the game long term. And here's the part that really got me. She said, your softness is not a liability in cybersecurity or business. It's a leadership asset. Now, what? Think about that. In fields like tech and cybersecurity, we imagine warriors. We imagine people who are always on, always sharp, always hard. We imagine people who never break, never cry, never need help. But then reminded me that the ability to be self aware, to honor your limits, to build community, and to lead with empathy. That is what makes you more resilient, more strategic, and yes, more dangerous in the best way in your career. Softness is not weakness. Softness is the courage to say, I need help. Softness is the wisdom to know when to rest. Softness is the strength to build a business or a career that doesn't break you in the process. And for Black women who are constantly told to be strong, to carry everyone, to never show cracks, choosing softness is revolutionary. It's radical. It's an act of resistance. Now, I want to talk about something that every Black woman listening needs to hear. Thene said, if you're struggling, it's not a personal failure. Let me say that again because I know some of you didn't hear it the first time. If you're struggling, it's not a personal failure. Black women are the most educated female cohort in the United States. We are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs with nearly 2.7 million businesses nationwide. And yet we still face underfunding, bias, and systemic barriers that make our paths heavier than anyone else's. When you feel tired, stuck, or behind, it's not because you're not enough. It's because you've been carrying what entire systems should have been supporting. You've been doing the work of 10 people. You've been holding up families, communities, businesses, and careers, all while the world tells you that you're not doing enough, that you're not working hard enough, that you're not strong enough. But the truth is, you've been working harder than anyone. You've been strong for everyone. And now it's time to be soft for yourself. Let me tell you about a woman named Adrienne Simpson. Adrienne is a Black woman entrepreneur and the CEO of the LinkedIn Pros, a professional development and LinkedIn strategy firm. And when she saw Black professionals, especially Black women, getting laid off, furloughed, and pushed out of the workforce at alarming rates, she didn't just sit back and watch. She created something called the Career Reset Summit, a 2 day hybrid event in Atlanta and online, designed specifically to support Black professionals navigating layoffs on furloughs and career disruption. Now, here's what makes this so powerful. Adrienne didn't just create a summit about resumes and networking, she intentionally combined strategy and softness. The summit includes a keynote on identity and professional reinvention, a hiring panel with recruiters, financial resilience guidance, emotional wellness and transition support, live LinkedIn and resume strategy sessions, and a curated networking experience called the Warm Handshake. And here's the part that really got me: the event is priced at $25. $25. Because Adrienne knows that the people who need this most are the ones who've been laid off, who are financially strained, who are emotionally exhausted. She built a business that treats healing, identity, and emotional wellness as core to professional reinvention. And her firm, the LinkedIn Pros, has already helped clients generate over $4 million in salary increases and career outcomes. $4 million. That's what happens when you lead with both strategy and softness. That's what happens when you refuse to separate your humanity from your hustle. Now, let me share something with you that's going to make you angry, and it should. Recent reporting on the US labor market shows that Black women are being pushed out of or sidelined in the workforce at alarming rates. Since early 2025, Black women have lost 297,000 jobs. Another 223,000 are unemployed, and 75,000 have left the labor force entirely. Since the pandemic, 341,000 Black women remain missing from the labor force, despite being the most educated female cohort and often primary breadwinners for households with children. Black women also face a significant pay gap, earning about 71 cents on the dollar weekly and 66 cents annually compared to white, non Hispanic men. And here's the kicker: the reporting estimates that forced exits of Black women from the labor force are draining an estimated $9.2 billion dollars from US GDP in a single year. $9.2 billion. dollars. That means when Black women are unwell, unsupported, or pushed out, everyone loses: families, communities, and the entire economy. So when Thane told me that healing is strategy, this is what she meant. If Black women are going to survive and thrive in fields like cybersecurity and entrepreneurship, we must treat healing, softness, and support as non negotiable strategic pillars, not optional extras. We must stop treating our bodies like machines. We must stop treating our mental health like a luxury. We must stop treating rest like something we have to earn. And here's the beautiful part: despite all of this, Despite the underfunding, despite the bias, despite the systemic barriers, Black women are still building. Research from JP Morgan highlights that Black women are the fastest growing demographic of entrepreneurs in the US, with nearly 2.7 million businesses nationwide. We are not waiting for permission. We are not waiting for systems to change. We are creating our own economic pathways, often in ways that allow us to build work that aligns better with our values, health needs, and life realities. This research validates that Black women are not behind. We are building, and the desire to pivot, to heal, and then to create a business or career on your terms, that's not a weakness. That's part of a much larger movement of Black women redefining success, not just chasing it. Now, yes, let me bring this back to you because I know some of you are listening and thinking, oh, okay, LeAnne, I hear you, but I don't have time to heal. I have bills, I have kids, I have a business to run, I have a career to build. And I want to say this as gently and as firmly as I can. Healing is not time off from your goals. It is how you protect your brain, your body, and your creativity so you can stay in the game long term, especially in demanding fields like cybersecurity and entrepreneurship. Your nervous system is part of your business plan. Thene shared 3 key insights with me, and I want to leave you with these today. First, healing is strategy, not a detour. Building in rest, therapy, medical care, spiritual care, and emotional processing is not time off from your goals. It is how you protect your brain, your body, and your creativity so you can stay in the game long term. Your nervous system is part of your business plan. Second, softness and community are success tools, not weaknesses. You don't have to do this alone or in silence. Asking for help from mentors, therapists, coaches, support groups, or professional communities is how you shorten your learning curve and soften the emotional load. The women Thene has walked with on her healing journey have been as critical as any certification or degree. Third, your story is not a disqualification, it's your differentiation. The fact that you've survived illness, depression, job loss, family pressure, or financial instability does not make you less professional. It makes you more emotionally intelligent, more adaptable, and more trustworthy as a leader and founder. In a crowded marketplace, your lived experience is part of your competitive edge. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to stop right now and ask yourself this question. If I stop performing strong for everyone else, what would it look like to design my career or business around what my healed self actually needs emotionally, physically, and financially? And what is one small, concrete step I can take this week to move in that direction? I'm not asking you to quit your job tomorrow. I'm not asking you to burn everything down. I'm asking you to take one soft, honest step. Schedule that therapy session you've been putting off. Apply for that role that actually excites you. Say no to something that drains you. Reach out to a community that can walk with you. Write it down, share it with someone you trust, then give yourself permission to move. Because here's the truth that no one wants to say out loud. The world needs you whole, not broken. The world needs you rested, not exhausted. The world needs you soft and not hardened. And the only way we're going to change these systems, the only way we're going to build businesses and careers that don't destroy us, is if we start treating our healing as non negotiable. Your softness is your most dangerous weapon. Use it, protect it, build with it, and watch how everything changes.